Right, perfect. So, sorry, go ahead. Right, perfect. So, oh my God, someone's all right, anyways, so you will be playing, and previously you play as a sphere child. You don't exactly know your name, and some pretty crazy things have happened. You woke up on an asteroid, and you figured out that you blew up Shri because this sphere child god told you that. And it's up to you to try to find the time wheel and fix what you have done. In the previous thing, you met someone named Alakoi, which was a dead alien you found on a flying saucer. But you found that if you electrocute him with your sphere technology, he comes back to life for short periods of time, and then you got to reshock him every so often. And then you also met Frank, who mistakenly thought you were trash and you were about to get incinerated, but you managed to get his attention, and he has decided to take you to the nearest planet and dump you off, called Mordriff. So he'll be taking you there. You also learn of this strange fig virus that is going on. And that is pretty much the there's like a weird fig virus kind of spreading. Oh my goodness. Really? Wait, do you want to just like give a rundown of what is on it? Uh, Chat's saying that they can't hear you, so you might want to turn up your volume a lot.
Can you guys hear me now? I think they can. All right.
This tea that I made is terrible.
Pretty quiet. All right. So I can. Let's see. Can I? I should be able to turn up the volume here. In theory, or maybe not. Advanced audio properties. Um.
They said I'm super loud, so maybe I should just talk quiet.
Wait. Okay. Wait. So you are audio output cap. Say something.
Hello.
Okay. So you're audio output capture too. Say something now.
XS.
um, all right. So I believe I have turned down your audio. Chat, chat. Let me know if that worked. And in theory, it
That
should be
chat
able to.
let us know.
Let me change mine to 2 decibels. All right. Is that any better? Unleash said Epic is a little quieter. All right. Let's turn down Epic a bit further. Then. All right.
Just turn yourself to max.
Turn myself to max.
Yeah, like max volume.
All right, let's turn because I don't know if there is a max. So you just type in the number. So I'll turn myself to 10. Let's see if that works. Is that any better?
I'll check the wait, start saying stuff.
Okay. Howdy, 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 howdy. I am speaking at a normal volume.
Yeah, it's still pretty quiet, so I'd do it
Dang it.
like at 20 probably, maybe 25.
All right, yeah, let's try 20. Okay, that's 20. How's that?
Leash says 30.
All right. Wait.
I mean, it sounds fine on mine, so.
Yeah. Well, but you're hearing it like over our call. Are you hearing? Are you listening to the stream also?
Yeah, I'm listening to the stream.
All right. It won't let me turn it up to 30, but I did it up to 25. So hopefully that helps.
So, you have just received the recap, you have your inventory screen, and now, as you can see the screen right here, this is part 2 of the game, Mordriff.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't watch that video where I went over the events of this PCG, did you?
No. Yeah, I skipped it because I didn't want to be spoiled.
Alright, perfect. So, your shuttlecraft that Frank is taking you on slowly lands onto the planet Mordriff, and of course it can't really touch down, so you kind of have to leap out, but this is what you see.
Whoa. Okay, so, I guess over here at the top left, that's Frank's ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and, so right now we're just on the surface of the planet?
Yeah,
So-
you're, like, as far down as you can get, because, like, these hairs, it's not really stable to land on, so he kind of just has to, like, Frank's like, you have to, like, drop off now, before the ship can, well, because the ship can't land itself, so, kind of an issue.
All right, fair enough. So like right now, are we kind of like looking up through all the strands of hair?
You're looking down, kind of.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So we're looking down, and there's like strands of hair all around us. So, all right. So what's this? This like green and orange thing?
That is some sort of giant beast that is kind of swaying in the wind, and it looks pretty menacing. It's got
Ruh-roh.
tentacles coming out of its face.
Ruh-roh, that looks threatening. Also, Unleashed says that you said if I beat this PCG in 5 minutes, you'll buy him 13 Blood Tree cards. So, I am definitely going to...
This guy. Yeah, of course. Keep talking, Unleashed.
Well, I will have to beat it in 5 minutes now, so we'll just make this happen.
Like 20 screens.
I got this. Unleash says timer set, go. All right. So, all right. Well, what's this over here to the right?
That appear to be like some sort of house.
Okay, I'll go head for the house.
Alright, so you drop off out of the ship, and the moment you try to cross past this monster, he slashes out a tentacle and slurps you up, and you die a painful death.
Okay, save game. I will. Can I like use my ship to like grab onto one of these like hairs that are all over the place?
Well, first off, it's not your ship, and Frank starts cussing you out because you think that it's your ship, and he kicks you out and you die.
Save game. I'll say, hey Frank, don't these hair tentacles look a bit to you like garbage?
Yeah, just like you, and then he kicks you out.
Ah, save game. Okay, so when I get out of the ship, do I just like fall?
You land on this giant, like, hair of some sorts.
All right. How thick is the hair relative to me?
I mean, it's like half of your thickness, and it feels a little springy. Like it's almost like you can, like, when you put your weight on it with you and Alakoi, it starts to bend down a bit.
Interesting. Okay, I will use it like a diving board. I'll bounce on it and then jump off of it.
Alright, you bounce on it, but Alakoi doesn't, and it's like the equilibrium is broken and nothing really happens. You just kind of bounce semi-far, but you land right into the mouth of the beast. and he eats you.
Okay, save game. I will stay where I am and see what happens.
Um, Not much happens. The That beast kind of starts swaying towards you and it's getting a little bit closer, but it can't move that well.
Interesting. So then I'll just calmly climb down the hair to get to the bottom of it.
All right, you get down to the bottom, and the monster starts to bend its neck, and it's like it's about to follow you. What do you do?
I will hide in some of the densest hair I can find and not move and hope that it loses sight of me.
All right, well, the hair is it's kind of translucent, and he easily sees you and
Oh.
easily brushes through the hairs and gobbles you up.
Alright, save game. Unleashed asks if I've listened to Thick of It, and no, I haven't. Sorry. But I've just never heard of that. But anyway, alright, I will try. Let's see. So wait, where am I? Like, what is my goal here again? Where am I trying to get to?
You're trying to get to the time wheel to undo time and save Shri because right now it's blown up into a million smithereens.
Right.
It's gone.
But in but the reason I'm here on this planet is this just where we're crash landing after I escaped from Frank or
Well, Frank doesn't really care about you, and he's just dropping you off on the nearest planet that he can find so he can get
Gotcha.
on with his life.
right? All right. So I guess in that case, I don't have any specific immediate goal in this area, except I guess probably this house over here is probably the only thing to head for. That's the only thing that seems like safety. You said that was a house, right?
I mean, it looks kind of like a house to you, but it's hard to tell.
All right. Well, then I will. Okay. Well, first of all, are there like hairs all around the creature in various places?
Yeah, yeah. I guess you could say that.
All right, so I'm gonna, try to climb from one hair to another and like move around the creature in a circle in the hopes that like his tail or one of his tentacles is gonna go after me. And I'm gonna try to like get it tangled up in the hairs and try to like basically tie him up that way.
All right, so you're slowly. Well, wait. How fast are you walking, by the way?
As fast as I can, without
All
safely.
right, so you managed to dodge quite a few of his hits, and you tangle him up in some of the hairs, but he's kind of like he's stuck there for about a few minutes. So you have a few minutes to do what you want before he gets untangled.
Okay, so what's this green spot on his back?
That's his eye.
Ooh, interesting. Um, I'm going to throw my rock at his eye.
All right, he gets knocked out like Mike Tyson, and he dies.
Oh, that's right. All right, now I will make my way towards the
By the
house.
way, did you see the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight?
I did not.
It was so disappointing.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
All right. I will. I will. Wait, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, I just heard like a sound. I thought maybe it meant it disconnected. But anyway, I will move towards the house.
All right, you managed to get to the entrance. Do you enter?
I do.
All right, and you enter the little room and and this is what you see.
Oh. All right. Looks like we've got a bunch of little creatures with spears. And somebody tied to the ground, somebody with a hat. All right, I will be like, hello. I am somebody. I come in peace. Who are you guys?
The hostile pact of evil mites starts getting closer and taunting their spears at you.
I'll raise my hands.
You raise your hands, and the electricity baffles them. They think you're some sort of deity, and they start to, like, you can see that they're a little afraid, but they still maintain their hostile postures.
Okay, I'll try and like make sparks by like I don't know, like clapping my hands together or whatever, and try and like spook him a little bit.
All right, you start doing some like Emperor Palpatine type stuff, and since these mites are from the Star Wars universe, they get extremely scared and have PTSD, and they all run away.
That's right. All right, I'll go check out the guy who's tied to the ground.
He starts to wiggle. He's like, "Are you here to save me?"
I'll say no, but
Oh.
who are you? Are you you're captured here?
My name's Buff, and I was just chilling in my biodome when I was taken by Luke Skywalker.
All right. Well, that is weird. I would not like to be taken by Luke Skywalker like that. My
And then
apologies.
the weirdest thing happened. Captain Picard and the Enterprise came, and they put four lights in front of me, and they told me that there was something about it, and then I fainted, and I had to
What? Captain Picard and the Enterprise.
I know, right?
Well, that is quite a story, good sir. That must have been quite an ordeal. Here, let me help you up. I'll try and like untie him from the ground.
Right. You help him up, and you realize he's wearing a Star Trek outfit.
Oh, I see you're wearing like. Okay, wait. Not to get too metatextual for a second, but like, does my character know of Star Trek? Like, to my character in my mind, is Star Trek a TV show, or like, do I know of Starfleet as a thing that exists, or like, what what is this?
In your mind, you are actually very knowledgeable of this, which is really strange because you're a sphere child, but you have immense knowledge about this topic.
Oh, interesting. And do I think of Star Trek as like a TV show, like fiction, or do I think of it like a thing that exists in real life?
Yeah, so it's like something weird's happening in your mind, and you start regaining memories of you watching Star Trek back on Earth.
Oh, interesting. So I'm a sphere child who used to watch Star Trek back on Earth. Fascinating. All right. Well, we'll have to learn more about this later, but I'll say that's a pretty cool Star Trek costume, good sir.
It's not a costume. This actually happened to me. It scarred me for life.
So wait, who are you? Why are you wearing this costume?
I actually don't know why I'm wearing this uniform, but I tell you that Captain Picard is something evil, and he had this his goon called Yak whatever person, and he was torturing me, and it was very bad.
Yikes. Wow, this Captain Picard sounds like a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, he was a little bit robotic.
Huh. Fascinating. Alright. Flamespot says man's a Trekkie. It doesn't seem like it. Seems like he seems a bit anti-Trek to me. I don't know. Like, I guess he got abducted and forced to be a Trekkie. All right. Well, I'll help him up, and I'll be like, "Hey, I just got dropped on this planet. I'm trying to find the wheel of. It was the wheel of time.
Yeah, the time wheel.
Time wheel.
Buff doesn't seem to have heard of it, but he says, "Well, if you can somehow get me back to my biodome, I would be eternally grateful, and I will help you with whatever you need until that point."
All right. So what? So where is your biodome? Is it on this planet?
I have no idea where the heck I am, but once I get to some sort of ship and navigation system, I will be able to find it.
All right. Well, I'll do my best to help. Let's.
Perfect.
All right. So I'll investigate like this stuff at the bottom right. What like those? What are those?
There's a lamb leg, there's a cooking stove, and a frying pan.
Oh, lamb leg. You said.
Yeah,
What
like
is
an
that?
uncooked one.
Oh, a lamb leg. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take it. The lamb leg.
All right, you add it to your inventory. A soggy old lamb leg.
Okay. Soggy lamb leg. All right, and what's that thing below it again?
That's a little stove. You can't pick it up. It's just kind of there, and there's a frying pan below that.
All right, can I use the frying pan to cook the soggy lamb leg?
The stove has no fuel.
Okay, well then I'll just take the frying pan.
All right.
All right. Are there any other exits from this room?
Nope, just the one you came from.
All right. I don't have anything in my inventory that looks like it could be fuel. I guess maybe newspaper, but that's a bit of a stretch. So, I guess I'll just go back out the way I came and see if there's anything else I can find. Um. So okay, I went outside. Is it, like at bottom right? Is that another house?
Yes, that appears to be another mite house.
All right, let's head over there.
All right. Do you enter?
Yes.
All right. You enter, and this is what you see.
Oh, is that a louse rancor?
That is indeed a Stars Louse Rancor, and it is looking angry.
Oh, yikes! And we've got a mite person with like a spear over there, right?
Yeah, it's unlike any of the other spears, it's electric. It's almost like a taser.
Ah. I will walk over to him and I'll be like, "Greetings. I am wondering if you can help me."
Stay back, stay back.
I'll stay back. I'm like, "All right. I mean you no harm. I'm just looking for help."
Well, this Rancor does, and he's on track to being transported to Emperor Sidious as a pet.
Emperor Sidious.
Yes.
Question. Do I also? You said my character watches Star Trek. Does my character also watch Star Wars?
Yes, in fact, he knows a lot about it too.
Oh, all right. Okay, so I'll be okay. So he's being shipped to Emperor Sidious as a pet.
Yep, along with his other pet, Jabba the Hutt.
Oh ho! All right. Well, can I? Oh, do you mind if I tag along? I would like to meet this Emperor Sidious.
I don't trust you.
What it is there something I could do to earn your trust?
No, and I'd really just appreciate if you stay out of this operation. You have no business here.
All right. Well, could you maybe point me in the direction of the time wheel then?
Yes, if you keep down the hairs, you will find what you need.
What do you say? If you keep down the what, you'll find you where you need.
If you keep trekking down the ladder of hairs, you will find what you need.
Trekking down the ladder of hairs. What's the ladder of hairs?
It's basically just what you've been walking on this whole time. It's all just one big ladder.
Ooh, interesting. All right. So what is going on over here with the louse rancor? Is he like eating somebody?
Yeah, there's appears to be a mite that got too close.
Is he already dead?
Yep, long dead.
All right. Well, are there any other exits in this room or anything?
Nope, just the one you came from.
All right. Well, it seems like there's no reason to bother these nice people with, they're just making a delivery. So I guess I'll leave them to it. I'll be like, well, thank you for the help, good sir.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. And I'll go back out the way I came.
Live long and prosper.
May the force be with you.
Thank you.
All right, I will continue climbing down the hair ladder.
All right, you do that, and as you're going down, you see that there is Frank's ship down there. You don't know how it got down there, but
shoot.
it appears to be all tangled up. And before you can do anything, you see a giant sea of mites. They're all colliding into one giant mite, and he lets out a giant roar, and he starts climbing up the hairs and towards you. What do you do?
Oh no. Um. Uh. Okay. So just to make sure I understand the screen. So like top left, that's the three of us, right? And
Yes, indeed.
bottom right, that's like a lot of mites, but they're all together as one mite.
Yeah.
And there in the center is Frank's ship. And then what's this at the bottom near the right?
It appears to be the ship's engine.
The Frank's ship's engine?
Yeah, almost like it was ripped out by the hairs.
Okay, I will throw a lamb leg in the opposite direction to try to lure the mite being away.
All right. You throw the land leg in the opposite direction, and the mites pay no attention, and they just keep staring at you and coming towards you.
Okay, save game. All right. How fast is it?
It's actually pretty slow.
All right. It looks okay. So it looks like this hair, like the one right below the one that we're on. It looks like that one kind of sweeps all the way down and across. So I'm gonna see if I can actually just slide down that hair and like jump off of it and grab the engine.
All right, so you slide down it, but the slide doesn't lead down to the engine. It just leads back, and you're on top of your ship now, or Frank's ship.
Okay. Well, all right. I will hide behind the ship and see if the giant mite can still see me.
It rips the ship in half and eats you.
All right. Okay. Save game. I will try climbing to the side, like to the right on this screen, and I'm gonna try to climb faster than the mite can catch up with me.
All right, you keep crawling off into the distance on the hair ladder, and the mite does eventually. It adapts to make its legs longer, and that allows it to catch up to you and devour you.
Oh wow. Interesting. All right, save game. Let's crawl back up. Let's go back up to the previous screen and see if it follows us there.
All right, you do that, and it does follow you there.
All right, and I'll go inside the house where the I'll go inside the house where the louse rancor was, because this louse rancor seems to eat mites. So it seems like this would be good protection against a lot of mites.
All right, so you go into the rancor house again. The mite is there. He's like, "What are you doing back here?"
Sorry, I don't mean any trouble, but I'm being chased by a creature which is trying to kill me, made of lots of mites fused together.
Oh, maybe it's your own fault because they are also one of me, and as you say that, or as he says that, he leaves the house and joins the giant pile.
All right, well then I'll just take shelter closer to the louse rancor.
All right, the last rancor looks at you and it starts snarling.
I'll like hold out my hand. Oh, you know what? I'll give the lamb leg to the louse rancor, and if he eats it, I'll
Says, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I was hoping that you could help me. There's like this mite creature that's trying to kill me.
I see. Well, how may I be of assistance?
I was hoping you could either like scare it off somehow, or if necessary, like eat some of them if they come in here to try to get me.
Very well, make it so. And he lunges out and attacks the mite swarm, but he is like way outnumbered, and he gets absolutely shredded.
Ah, shoots. Does he get shredded immediately, or does it take a while?
Immediately, like there's not even a chance.
Yikes. Dang. All right. Well, save game. It was a good try. If only there was a. So wait, when this guy went outside to join the group, did he take his electric spear with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so save game to right before he left, and after he said maybe it's your own fault, and I'll smack the electric spear out of his hand.
All right, you do that, and the moment you smack it, like the electricity fuses with your electricity, and it's now like part of your arm. You have now the spear arm.
Oh heck yeah. Um. All right, I will. I will. I will go outside and I'll try to like zap the creature.
You zap it, and a small cluster of the mites of the bigger creature just like fall off and shrivel up.
Heck yeah! I'll jump into another cluster and zap that.
All right, you're just zapping it like a bug zapper, and slowly the mite monster starts to turn into a smaller monster, and in fear of its life, it decides to make the decision to run away.
All right, that's right. You better run. Haha. All right, I will. I will descend back down to this screen, and I will try and get the engine.
All right, well, the engine, it seems to it's still the engine, but it seems to need a power source to reignite it.
I'll zap it.
You zap it, but not even your sphere shock can do anything.
Huh. All right. Well, let's bring it back into the ship and see if Frank can do anything with it.
All right, you bring it into the ship, and Frank is nowhere to be seen. The only thing left is his communication device and, of course, the steering wheel of the ship, and his chair is empty, of course. He's not there. There's a few Superman comics, but that's it.
Ah, sweet. Frank has good taste in comics. All right, I will. I'll take his communications device and see if I can reach anyone with it.
All right, you start picking up some sort of signal, and it's like, airspace. What do you need?
SOS. I have crashed on what's this planet called? Soam? No. Ah, shoot. Mordriff. Thank you. Yeah, I've crash landed on Mordriff and require assistance.
All right, sending out Team Archmage. Be there shortly.
Sweet, thank you.
And as you are in the ship, you hear the mites getting louder, almost as if they called in more assistance. And you look out the window, and the beast is even larger. And right as it's about to break open the ship, you hear a heavenly signal, and there you see the Archmage in all of his glory come and rescue you, defeating all of the mites. And he says, "I am here."
Well, that Archmage is a little different than the one I'm used to.
Well, where have you been these past few years? Because my name is Bernard. I am Heavenly Archmage.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you, Bernard, Mr. Archmage, sir. Much appreciated for the rescue.
Indeed. And he turns to Buff and he says, "Buff, we're all waiting for you at the biodome. Would you like me to take you there?" And Buff says yes, and now they're wondering if you would like to accompany them.
Yeah, sure, why not? Whoa.
And he swoops you all the way to Buff's biodome.
Dang, this is a cool Archmage.
Yeah. And you get closer, and you see that the biodome is kind of like almost a simulation of a planet. But the Archmage ship enters, and this is what you are met with. What do you do?
Oh, I recognize these characters. Let's see, how many of these guys... Okay, I know the guy in the middle is Beto, right?
Yep.
On the right, that is John.
Yes.
All right, and then um, that's definitely a Varks. Is that Arcs the Varks?
Indeed it is.
Oh, and
You're
then
already 3 for 4.
the guy on the left. That's the guy from Liberation of Colatan, isn't it?
Indeed.
I don't know his name, but I know it's that guy. I've never experienced Liberation of Colatan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be like, all right, hello.
Welcome, and you came here just in time. We are the freedom fighters of the fig virus resistance. It has been a massive issue recently, and we are trying to find the source. We actually need to leave very quickly because the virus is spreading out of control. And Buff, you have been gone for a while. Things have been taking terrible turns, and we need you guys to hop in the ships immediately.
Oh, all right. You wait. So you guys are freedom fighters against the fig virus? I didn't realize that. People usually make like a rebellion against the virus.
Well, you see, it's not just the figs. It's the Shadows Alliance has created it, and they are waging war against the whole PC universe.
Oh, I
It's really
see.
been all over the news. I don't know how you haven't figured that out, but anyways, we really need to go.
All right, yeah, let's go. Do you guys happen to know where the time wheel is? By the way, I'm trying to find that.
Time wheel? What's that?
Supposedly, I have to find this thing called the time wheel to fix something I did wrong.
What did you do wrong?
I may have accidentally blown up a planet. Unsure.
That planet wouldn't happen to have been Shri, would it be?
Maybe.
Uh, that definitely changes things. I don't know if you should be part of this pact.
No. But it was a total accident. I assume because I can't remember doing it at all.
Planet being an accident. How is that an accident?
That's a fair question. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I have no recollection of actually doing this. It just was sort of revealed to me that I did. So, honestly, I may not have even done it. I'm trying to find out what's going on right now.
Our Arx pipes up and using his lawyer skills, he makes you realize and he says, well, you probably shouldn't turn yourself into the Inquisitor and get questioned because these are some very serious crimes.
It's a fair point. Where's the Inquisitor?
You could be sent to the Shadow Prison in the Shadow Realm for decades.
Well, if that happens, then I wouldn't be able to rectify what happened.
Well, is there any way of fixing this big error that you managed to cause?
Yeah, I have to find the time wheel.
We have no idea what a time wheel is, but as you are talking, the Archmage says, "I know what a time wheel is, and I actually know where to find it."
Really? Where?
Well, I can't say, but if you follow me in my ship, I can take you there.
Sweet, let's go.
Just be warned, what you find there might not be what you're looking for.
We'll figure it out. Whatever it is, we'll.
The ship each can only hold 3 of you, so you guys gotta split up. And Buff, wait, hold up, let me check the script. Yeah, so you, Arx, and Alakoi can all fit in one ship, and of course the Archmage doesn't even need a ship, though he is a ship himself. And the others go in the other ships, and they say that they might as well follow you because it might lead towards the fake virus.
All right, sounds good.
Right, so you gear off in your ships, and you are traveling the cosmic, perpetual areas of space. You don't know where the Archmage is leading you. And when you're about to go into kind of a hyperdrive rift, you see something very familiar. You see 2 giant eyes and a giant sphere. It says, "Rectify for what you have done. You'll be taken to the future."
To the future?
The other 2 ships are swept away, and it is just you, Alakoi, and Arx the Varks, and Mesotican left in your ship.
Okay. What happened to the
You go
Archmage?
through. Sorry, what?
What happened to the Archmage?
He's gone.
Oh, all right.
So it seemed like space itself seems to open up into almost a black hole-ish kind of cosmic mirror, and you start getting closer and you see reflections of your ship all around you, and you start realizing that you're going into some sort of portal. And after going through the portal, you come out clean on the other side in a quiet patch of space. And this is what you see.
Whoa. Planet Zolmadur? Alright, so we've got a giant. That looks like the Archmage.
It does indeed.
Alright, I will attempt to hail him.
Your hail is denied because it's disrupted through all of this strange cloud or storms on this planet. And the planet itself seems to be pulling you in a gravitational kind of pull.
Alright, I'll try to resist. I'll try to fly towards the Archmage.
How do you resist that?
It's by turning the ship away from the planet and, engaging the engines.
Alright, the moment you engage the engines, a red light starts to flash in the ship, and you realize that your ship is going down. And you see that the surface of the planet is coming into view. Everything's going crazy. The gnome air engines that are like the high quality are blowing up. Arx and Mesotican are scared for their lives. Alcoy faints and dies, of course, because, he needs to be shocked to to be turned back into life. But you realize that you are about to crash. What do you do?
What's that in what's that in the window? The like black and orange thing.
That's the siren going off. It's like red alert.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Um, I'm gonna try and pull up so we can at least have a soft landing.
Alright, the moment you try to pull up, the planet pulls you more down.
All right, save game. I'll try to push down to nosedive into the ground as fast as possible.
Alright, you actually, the complete opposite of what you try to do happens, and it slowly and nice like a little cloud lands onto the surface of the planet, and the ship still manages to break. But
Sure.
this is what you see.
Okay.
So you are on the bottom left there. It's you, Alakoi, and Arx. You don't know where Mesotican went. He seems to have vanished in the wreckage. Right there is the wreckage of the ship. You can see part of it says gnome air. There's some trees, and there's a little hill with a little hut and some boulders around it.
Okay. I'll search the wreckage and see if I can find anything.
You just see some giant metal pieces of the ship.
All right. I'll check out the trees and see if there's anything interesting. Wait. Is that a gnome under one of the trees?
You start to go closer, and you do see a gnome, but he appears to be asleep.
Okay. Unleashed says, got a dip. Epic. I expect those blood trees in my mailbox by next week.
Okay.
All right. So thanks for joining, Unleashed. But yeah, I will approach the gnome and I will poke his shoulder to wake him up.
Huh? Where am I?
Hey man, how's it going? I couldn't tell you where you are. Well, wait. Epic. When in the previous screen, it said at the top right, it said like planet Zolmadur. Did my ship say that? So do I know this is planet Zolmadur, or is that just me, the player, knows that?
Your ship actually identifies it as a different planet.
Okay. What does it identify it as?
It's in like a different language, so
okay.
you don't understand it.
Okay. So then I'll tell him, yeah, I couldn't tell you what planet we're on. I just crash landed here, but I saw you sleeping under this tree.
Well, the last thing I remember, I was saving my wife Jewel from a troll.
Oh ho! Crossover.
You wouldn't happen to know where they are, would you?
No, sorry. I just crash landed here. I don't know anything about a troll or about Jewel.
Huh, fascinating.
Well, but yeah, I guess the ship we were just in was a gnome airship. Do you know anything about that?
Well, I mean, I'm the owner of the Gnome Air Company, but
Oh, are you?
don't know. I don't know that. I mean, I guess our ships are built a little cheaply, to save costs and everything, but I don't know what it's doing here.
Well, in this case, it was like there was like a giant archmage uh in orbit of the planet that was like doing something to the planet, and then I got sucked into the planet.
Oh yeah, that's a peanut patron.
Peanut patron.
Yeah, like if you've been around for the past 30 years, you'll know that the Archmage was killed and his parasite went on to the Peanut Patron, and the Peanut Patron became the Archmage, obviously. It's like an endless
Oh,
cycle.
obviously, yeah. I guess that makes sense. But like, wait a second. I was just hanging out with the archmage like 2 minutes ago, and he seemed like a pretty chill dude, right? Like he seemed just like he was like a cool dude. He saved my life, and then he turned into a spaceship and everything. And we were flying. He was flying with us and whatnot.
The gnome looks super surprised, and all of a sudden his hat starts to float above his head. His face turns white, and he's like, "You have messed up the timeline." And all of a sudden, the gnome with the floating hat faints.
Oh, it's the gnome with the floating hat. I'll wake him up again.
He can't be woken up.
All right, I'll pick him up and carry him with us.
All right, you now have a gnome with a floating hat in your inventory.
Okie dokie. All right, I guess we'll head towards that like house on the hill.
Arx pipes up and he says, "You do realize that you are messing with the future, and events you do now could impact the whole timeline."
Um, I'll say like, wait, what do you mean by that? Like we're messing with the
Well,
future? Wait,
interacting with that gnome messed up his whole timeline from the past. So now, whatever adventures and stories he's been on are now changed.
wait, why is that the case? Wait, are we?
We're in the future. I don't know
Okay.
how, but this strange sphere child said that we are going into the future.
So then
It's
why
what you
does
have done.
so then why does interacting with him mess up his past?
Well, you see, you create a clone of him. Now he's not just a gnome, he's also a gnome with a floating hat that'll return to his past, and there will be two different versions of him.
What?
I know, it's very confusing technical stuff that only a lawyer would really understand, so
I see.
I'll try not to be overly complex about it.
All right, but you're saying that if I interact with somebody, um, I don't just change them from now on. I change their history in the past also.
It's more of you create a clone that will later affect their timeline, so yes.
I create a clone. So like,
Yes, because there's their original self that was not affected, and then you create a new affected version. So that gnome very well will have his normal self and his self with the floating hat.
fascinating. So in the past, both the regular version and the floating hat version will exist.
Exactly.
I see. So I wonder if this is, outside of the game. I wonder if this is the creation of the gnome with the flying hat from the gnome games.
Well, I don't know. That to be explained.
All right, so let's go check out the house.
All right. The moment you step on the hill, three giant boulders come down and rush towards you and turn you into a pancake.
Save game. All right. Can I get a branch from the tree?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use a branch from the tree to like super fast dig a hole in the side of that hill, and then hide in it so that when the boulders come, they'll roll over me and I'll be safe in my hole.
All right, that actually works, and the boulders roll over you. They flatten Alakoi.
Ah,
But
sure.
yeah,
Save game. I will this do the same thing, but make the hole big enough for all three of us.
well,
Well, all four
Barks
of us.
pipes up and he says, Alakoi's already dead. You know, you can just shock him back to life.
Oh yeah. Okay, fine. I'll just do that.
And he's like, woo, I'm back.
Yay. All right, let's keep going up to the house.
All right, now that the boulders are taken care of, you step up and get to the house. And you get there, and it seems like it's some sort of plateau overlooking the whole, what was left of some sort of forest. All the trees kind of seem like they were decayed or chopped down. There's no leaves left. And all you see is a little shack.
All right. Well, let's. I'll look around the, decayed leaves and trees and see if there's anything worth taking there.
You literally see an eternal expanse of trees, and you see some like blue electricity coming from the very, very, very distant, trees. But that is all you see.
All right. Well, we'll have to deal with that later. Let's go check out the shack.
All right, you enter the shack, and a strange sound starts to penetrate your ears. It's almost like an old tune coming from an old vinyl player or an old turntable, and you hear old tunes playing and echoing throughout this expansive room. What do you do?
Well, is that a fig over
You
there?
also realize that Arx and Alakoi are no longer with you.
What? I'll look out the door and see if they're still outside.
There is no door.
Whoa. All right. Well, so what's this? This looks like a walkway I'm on, like a path.
Yeah, some sort of weird walkway that goes all around this kind of white void.
All right.
And music playing.
Can I cover my ears?
Yeah, you don't hear it anymore.
But everything looks the same.
Yep.
All right. So okay, let's just follow the path then, and check out this fig dude.
All right, you go to the fig, and he's turned away from you.
I'll say, "Excuse me, sir."
He doesn't say anything.
I'll poke him.
You poke him, and he turns around and he looks at you. He's like, "You will not be happy with what you find down there."
People are saying that a lot to me.
Your life has been a lie.
What was that?
Your life has been a lie.
Oh, really? All right. Well, would you care to elaborate on that, sir? In what respect?
I don't deserve to elaborate.
Oh, freaking figs! All right, I will climb down the ladder. I'll say, you wanna come along with us?
I don't deserve to come along.
All right, man. You have a good day.
I don't deserve to have a good day.
All right, I will go down the ladder.
All right, you go down the ladder and you just get down to the second kind of platform of walkways.
All right, so I will follow this walkway then.
All right, you follow the walkway and the music's getting louder. It seems to be some like 30s Earth music or 40s or 50s, and it's just really old. And it seems like it's strange to you. Like it's almost like it's not always on tune. It's almost like offbeat a bit, and you can hear the little pops and crackles of a vinyl player.
Wow. All right. Well, keep going. Like, it looks like this walkway... Wait, hold on. What's this? Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's a stain on my monitor. Whoops. All right, so I will follow the walkway all the way to the end. It looks like it leads to another ladder. Is that correct?
Yes, that leads to another ladder, and from that ladder you see that it leads to a strange platform and someone sitting in a chair.
All right, let's go investigate.
All right, you creep down. You see a man sitting in a chair. His hands are covering his face, and he's muttering something.
I'll come closer to see if I can hear what he's saying.
I should not have done it. I should not have destroyed Shri. What have I done?
I'll say, "Who are you?"
I am Genghis.
Whoa. And do I know who Ginkis is?
Yes, you actually remember him from your memories. You now everything's coming back to you. You were on Shri running an errand, and Genghis was there. Kroden were overcoming his capital. Everything was going into flames, and in one last moment, he broke his stay at Satisfield and destroyed the planet and fled. And he blamed it on you.
You blamed it on me? I'll say, Ginkis, why did you destroy Shri?
My creation, it was becoming crippled, mutated, and what was there was not what I wanted it. All those memories that I had, positive ones, were drowned out by the bad. The Kroden, all of them, they needed to pay.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Genghis is still not looking at you. He still his hands are in his face.
I'll say that's a pretty extreme response. Is that his staff next to the chair?
Yes, it appears to be some sort of staff with a wheel in it.
Ooh. And what's that over top left?
Seems to be a cage floating in a void.
Is anyone in the cage?
You see some sort of person.
But that's, can I reach it?
Not with anything, not just by walking on the void, because if you try that, you'll just fall into the void and die.
I'll say to Ginkis, Ginkis, listen. You can't go blowing up planets every time, something bad happens.
Yes, I can. I can do whatever I want. I'm all powerful.
Okay, but see, that's not a healthy way to deal with your problems. How much power you have doesn't matter, man. Like you get like
Healthy?
having more. Sorry.
Who are you to talk about healthy? The planet used to be rich. Civilizations burned by the Kroden. How is that healthy?
Well, it's not, but
It was a festering wound that had to be dissected.
Okay, but there's still like people living there on the planet. There's like innocent children and everything there.
It needed to be dealt with. I'm sure you understand.
I see. Well, at least now I know I didn't blow up Shri. You did.
No, I blamed it on you.
Why?
I melted your hands to make it look like you used my staff to blow it up.
Why did you do that?
Because I couldn't be blamed. I needed to have a fresh start.
What are you gonna do with your fresh start?
Build a new planet. That's what I'm doing right now.
Really? What planet are you building?
Something far better than Shri ever could have been.
Oh, really? Well, and what is that?
A new empire. Where Kronen don't exist. Where clones of myself will rule. Glyphobaz.
Oh! Glyphobaz! Alright, well, that is, sounds like a cool project, dude, but, yeah, I would appreciate if you didn't, blame me for your, war crimes.
It's too late. Already done. No going back.
Alright, I'm gonna grab his staff.
You grab his staff and it shrivels up in your arm, in your hands. Genghis says, "There never was a time wheel. There's no going back."
What? Um. So, what does it shrivel into? Is it just a smaller staff, or is it like nothing?
It shrivels. It's almost like it turns into a cloud.
Huh. I'll climb onto it.
There's nothing to climb onto. It goes away like dust.
All right. I will. I will grab Ginkis's hands and make him look at me.
His hands turn into ash.
What? Wait, I'll be like, "Are you really Ginkis?"
He keeps his hands in his face. He doesn't look at you.
I thought his hands turned to dust.
Well, he still doesn't look at you. He still doesn't look at you.
All right. Well, I will grab his face and make him look at me.
You grab nothing.
Oh. So he's like an illusion?
It like the ash like it
I'll say, "What are you?"
Genghis.
But why are you coming apart like this?
I'm real. I'm not coming apart.
But when I just touched your hands, they turned to ash.
The only thing that's come apart and turned to ash was Shri.
Weird. Okay. Can I just like crouch down and look up into his face?
You are unable to do that.
I'm unable to crouch, or I'm unable to see his face from there.
His hands are covering his face.
Okay, I will look at his face, and while I'm doing that, I'll smack his hands out of the way.
You see a white mold, kind of model face that's blank.
White mold modeled face?
It's just like it's like a clay face with no features.
Interesting.
In the distance, you hear, "Ah, wake up."
Oh.
Seems to be coming from the cage.
All right. I'll call to the cage. "Who are you?"
It's me.
"Who?"
Ari.
Oh. What are you doing in that cage?
It's another one of your episodes, isn't it, Zach?
Oh. Uh-oh. Maybe it is. I'll maybe I'm asleep. I'll try to wake up.
Nothing happens.
All right, I'll try and like run and jump to get to where the cage is.
You leap, and you leap way, way more than you normally would be able to, and you land in Ari's cage, and you look in, and you see Ari, and his face is a white clay. What do you do?
Huh. I will can I get him out of the cage?
Like, Zach, you can't get me out of the cage. What are you thinking?
Why not?
We've been over this a million times. You're going crazy.
Ah. I see. I am skeptical of this claim, however. I will try and take his face off.
There you go, going on another one of your Zach rants. You try to take his face off, and you reach through the bars, and nothing happens. It just turns to ash, and then reforms again.
Okay, I will try to wake up the gnome with a floating hat.
He's gone. It's just you.
Oh yeah, right. just me. Do I have all the stuff in my inventory?
You don't have an inventory. You don't even know what that is.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll. Does the cage have like? Does it have a roof?
It just seems like there's a void, but there's like some sort of red, like glow coming from it.
All right. I'm gonna try to get into the cage.
All right. Well, you can easily walk through it. It just turns to ash and then it reforms again.
Oh, I see. All right. I will go to Ari and I will pick him up.
All right. You pick him up and he turns to ash.
I'll poke the ground and see what happens.
You poke the ground and it seems like it's some sort of cement.
Interesting. So Ginkis and Ari turn to ash, but the ground is cement. I'm gonna like look like because it's like a floating island that the cage is on, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna crawl to the edge of it and look under it.
You see a red glow.
I'm gonna try to touch the red glow.
Well done, Zach. Slurm never could have done this, you fool. And this is what you see. You wake up and you realize this whole time, this whole adventure, you've just been talking to yourself. You've been in this prison with the shadow the whole time.
Oh. Shadow.
The only way I could trap you, Zach, was to make you fall into a dream state. And now that I have you, you will be in my prison for an eternal amount of years. I can't believe you really thought I was Slurm.
I say, yeah, you wish, Shadow.
Defeat me no more.
What did he say?
And that is where the game ends.
Oh. Oh.
Good job.
Woo!
I'll be free to answer any questions, but like that's kind of how you knew about the Star Wars and Star Trek Zach or stuff because you've been playing as Zach this whole time.
That makes sense.
That's how you, yeah.
So, I guess that whole thing is a dream sequence. Does that mean like none of this monster doesn't really exist on Mordriff and all that kind of, and there's no like, good Archmage that's Bernard?
Some of it feels like it was memories to you, but a lot of it just feels like it was just simulations. Because, when you dream, a lot of your memories tie into your dreams.
That's true. Interesting. So I guess it's an open question which of these things actually exist and which don't.
Exactly.
I like it. That's awesome.
I mainly just wanted to make a game that counters how Chris said that the shadow was Slurm.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it.
But that was a lot of fun to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that is where the timeline leaves off. And some could say that Gyphobaz is a dreamscape also, so I don't know.
That's true. So
I guess we'll have to see when The Lives of Ginkis comes out.
Yeah, I guess we will. I guess
How shocked were you when so did you actually believe that Ginkis blew up Shri?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't the way you told the story, it's like that's what happened or at least it sounded to me like that's what happened after Last of the Zerelta, right? Like,
yeah.
So he this Last of the Zerelta stuff happens, and then he blows up Shri immediately. So then I was like, oh well, that sounds to me like an alternate chain of events. So I was like, was thinking it probably wasn't like if it was Ginkus, then this is probably like an alternate history. Like either the timeline's been changed to make him do that, or maybe this is an alternate universe or something. So I didn't think it was like the real Ginkus that really did that.
I mean, again, it is just maybe a memory, so you know.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game. That was a lot of fun to play.
Oh yeah, it was great. That was awesome. Thanks so much.
Might get back into PCGs.
Heck yeah.
All right, have a good rest of your night, Zach, and I will see you next time.
All right, likewise. Have a great night, Epic, and thanks for the game.
Sorry, I kind of cut off there.
No worries.
Sorry.
All right.
All right.
Well, see you later. Have a great night. Bye. All right. Well, that was freaking epic. I guess that is the fate of Shri. Oh, I should have asked him, like, does Shri, like, still exist now? But I guess it's the same answer. I guess we don't really know just from this game alone, because that was a dream, so I guess some of it might have happened and some of it might not have happened. Still, this is a really cool PCG. It has a lot of great ideas, and I feel like there's a lot more to be explored with all of this. Like both the good Archmage and the Peanut Patron Archmage, the resistance against the Fig virus. There's like a lot. There's like a lot going on here, and I want to know more about all of this. This is awesome. I feel like it is definitely time to do more PCG stuff with this. But yeah, Epic says yes, Shri still exists. Okay, good. Good Archmage is a thing actually. A PCG was made about it. Really? Huh. Let's check the wiki real fast. I'm not gonna stay on stream too long because like I would like to eat some dinner, but I will check in with the wiki about Archmage. Well, there's the Archmage. Is this even wikied? A new host? Oh, hey, that's him. After many years of being trapped inside of Teddy's body, Bernard is visited by Raoul Graxon, who at the time was looking for a new host. Raoul Graxon latches onto Bernard, but he realizes that... So for those not in the know, Raoul Graxon is the demon that, you know, possesses you, that makes you into the Archmage. So, Raoul Graxon latches onto Bernard, but he realizes that Bernard is a strong, almost godlike human. Bernard takes control of the parasite, changing his outfit and mission. Raoul Graxon cannot believe Bernard's powers as he changes the Archmage's robes to white and even adds a cross to it. Bernard, the new Archmage, decides to become a hero, starting with saving Totan from Teddy's purple candy pandemic. The Archmage is now a symbol of hope, not horror. That's cool. I like that. And the game is called A New Host. Cool. Oh, hey, it's a Fig's Life poster. That's pretty cool. So much PCG lore I didn't even know about. Alright, so that is a canon thing that happened. And then the new Archmage appears again and meets up with John. And then Raoul Graxon can be seen living on the planet Ekrovar in the very far future, only he's on a life support tube. Oh, and that's in Granny too. Right. Okie dokie. So yeah. A game called The New Host. Alright, well that is awesome. So yeah. I guess that's all I've got to do in this stream. So I guess I will end the stream. But this was super fun. I want to play more PCGs like this. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. You folks are the best, as always. And yeah. Wait, how do I end the stream? Hold on. Oh yeah, there it is. That's right. I put this over here. Okay. Thank you folks. PCG later.